Hello everybody, welcome back. My name's Artextrus, and we're today going to be learning about body types. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to just focus on plus size for this video, and then we'll gradually go from like plus size to, I think chubby and plus size, I think those are pretty much in the same category. Or heavy set, the chubby, that's considered like plus size women. Then we'll go average size, but I don't even think I need to go down that road because I already did a video based on how to construct a female's body, so that's more average than anything. The next one, the very next video, I think I'm going to focus on female lean body, like more masculine women who are who work out really hard. That's like I have like muscular physique, not too muscular. I think somewhere in around the lines of my Attack on Titan, like Mikasa, when she's like really ripped in I think season 2, I think, of Attack on Titan. But that's not here nor there. So anyway, today we're gonna be focusing on plus size models because you guys wanted, you know, female body types. I don't even think I'm going to do a poll after this video because I'm going to be focusing on the next body type. So right now we're going to be focusing on this. Now I did this quick little sketch of this plus size model I made here. So the number one thing when drawing plus size models is that everything is emphasized from the arms to the legs, thighs, and even the tummy. That's usually what it is. Sometimes the bust line, depending on how big you want the breast to be on the female, that's actually more subjective. You can have I think it's possible for the plus size model to have smaller breasts but a bigger stomach, but you always have to look at it this way. Always look at that, even though you're emphasizing the body types, you have to think of them as somewhat layers. Because if you make the stomach, like for instance, this stomach doesn't look all that, you know, pudged out. But for instance, if I were to erase this, right, honestly, me keeping it how I had it makes it look like she just has a wide stomach, but her stomach is not poking out. That's the number one thing you need to indicate if she wants to be more plus size. And I didn't even put a lot on the sides here. This is going to be important to be paying attention to. Actually, let me use a red color so you guys can see it better. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit because I know last video there was a lot of zooming in and it was really unnecessary, to be honest, because I could have just kept more closer. I hope you guys can see this. So yeah, so for instance, everything is emphasized around the arms, the legs, the thighs, the stomach. So number one thing you must always realize, I'm not even going to erase this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the opacity and make a new layer. So, and yes, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. If you guys are wondering what program I use, I put in descriptions all the time so you guys can see what I use. I'm going to do it in 3 different positions, but right now I'm just going to do it in this position for now so we just get down to the business of that. You can see me draw them and they're going to be in time lapse so we get to the point of this. But okay, so the stomach here, it looks all wide out, right? I made the hips are perfectly fine, or where the case may be, but this is what we want to do. We want to actually bring more emphasis to the stomach. I don't mean to actually do the sketching part, but like, and then like that. Oh, you gotta think of it like layers, for instance. Because when you think of it as layers, like the pudge of the fat here is on top of this fat, you know what I'm saying? It makes it easier to see visually. And the stomach has to be like layering out of the, like right over the crotch area. So it has this emphasized feeling. And then you have to put bumps, these like chubby bumps here to emphasize how heavy set you want her to be. Like, you see how much of a difference I made it in that sense? Or like for instance the bust line, the breast area. So I can make them even bigger if I want to, and it'll still feel natural, because what makes it natural is that I'm putting more emphasis on the layering of fat around the individual. So like, for instance, she's gonna wear like some type of a bra here, and then we'll make her breast, the fats of the breast, be poking out like this, but also being pushed by the bra itself. So let me show you like this, like not too much, because that'll be a little bit too much for itself, but like it indicates that she's not like in, like, I guess tip-top shape in that sense. But then again, that's not the point. The point is that we're trying to emphasize her voluptuous body parts. I'm trying to say this without coming across offensive or anything, so it's kind of hard for me. So like the arms are going to be, I kind of drew the arms weird. The arms are going to be extremely, not extremely, but depending on how you want her to be. Like, you can put the fat right here. Like, if you put the fat like this, see how I made that curve here? See right there? Right here. Right here. It indicates that how big you want her to come across around the arms. Like, you can make her arms look like this. Like kind of somewhat like this. Like, because if you make them skinny, it's not going to be believable. I don't think there's girls out there with skinny arms who are over, like, who are heavy set and have skinny arms. I don't think that's possible. I don't think that has happened. It probably has. I've never seen this. That's just me, but that's my opinion. But I've never seen this, but I'm pretty sure it's somewhere out there. But if you want to indicate that they're overweight or more heavy set or chubby or whatever the case may be, you have to put these little fat creases. Yeah, there we go. Little creases there. It indicates that on how big or how pudged out you want them to be. You know, I made her arm look weird. I'm not making this look natural at all. I'm just going with the flow right now. So, oops. Oh, my brush is doing something stupid. Okay, so like, yeah, just like that. And then, oops. Even though it's like this, I have to make it like, okay. I'm not drawing hands because I'm bad at drawing hands. I'm avoiding doing that. Well, I'm not bad at drawing hands. I just don't like drawing hands because it takes too much time in my hands. So it is what it is. So yeah, something like that. See how much easier it looks differently from before? Like, I put so much emphasis, excuse me, I put so much emphasis on the legs, the arms, and the construction. Well, I didn't construct yet. I'm going to show you guys that in a second, but like, just, I have this model ready to go just to give you an emphasis on what you need to focus on, mainly. I think the calves are going to be a lot more wider. I believe, yeah, they're going to be a lot more wider, and everything's just going to be more wide and emphasized. That's pretty much what it is when drawing a more heavy-set character. Depending as a female or male, it doesn't really matter. It's just that if you know what to look for or what to focus on, it makes it much more easier. You know what I'm saying? Now, this character is more heavyset than what I had in mind than anything. But, oh my god, what is wrong with my pen? It's acting stupid. It's more heavyset than anything, and it is what it is. Now, I'm going to put that like that. I'm not going to go defeat. Well, I would draw the head. The reason why I'm avoiding doing that is because we're just focusing on the body. The reason why you don't have to really draw the head in this situation is because, well, actually, the neck won't be that straight. The neck will be a little bit more chubbier. Like, the neck will be like this. Well, oh, actually, no, not like that. I think it can be just straight on. It can be a little, like, more rounded off, I think, when it comes to the neck. It depends on how you want it to be. That's actually more of a, I guess, a stylized choice for you. I don't think it has to be like, if you really want to be realistic, then it's going to be more like rounded and more pudged out depending on how you want it, but that's more. I don't think anyone's gonna pay attention to anything like that if you guys are doing like anime or cartoons, but if you're doing something more realistic, that's something you must consider to be like more realistic. But if you're just drawing the neck like this, it's not all that big of a deal. Most people don't even pay attention to that unless it looks absolutely weird and noticeable, then you have to fix it. But other than that, it's not a big deal. Yeah, so you see how much of a difference now it looked before? Because this is what it looked like before. Like, you see how more smooth out it was? Almost that it didn't come across all that, you know, like overweight in a sense, like chubby plus size. It came off more like she's not chubby, but she's not also skinny. She's like somewhere in between the thickness of just becoming like pudgy, if that makes any sense. But I put more emphasis on the sides of the stomach, to the arms. I should have put more on this one. To the arms, and made it more creased out. The more creases, the more it indicates how big you want your character to come across. Maybe not in width, not in like wide, but like how really like, you know, overweight they are. And that makes sense to you. That's the only way it makes sense to me. I hope it's coming across to you guys easy. Now, what I'm saying is for the head, you don't really, when it comes to cartoons or anime, well, you're doing cartoons, then the head's going to be, I guess, exaggerated, or the face or the cheeks. But in anime, you really don't have to. You can still draw a character with a relatively cute face. Like, this is too much of a wide of the head. A cute face, or whatever the case may be. You can make them look chubby if you want. That's the thing. I think in My Witch Academia, if I can put a picture of her on the side, I forgot her name. She was the one who, actually no, two characters I can think of right now off the top of my head is the girl, I forgot her name. Please quote it in the comment section if you know who she is. From Netflix's My Witch Academia, the one that likes to eat, I think potato chips. I think she's sometimes eating sometimes. I think she talks. I don't remember if she talks all that much. But I'll put it on the side here, over here somewhere. And you can see that they put some emphasis on her face to indicate that she's like chubby and all that stuff. And that's fine. That's your choice. You don't have to. Because like, I'll put another example right here of the face is not being all that, you know, pudged out. Right here. I actually saved it and found it on Pinterest. I don't know who the artist is, but you see how her face isn't all that, you know, pudged out, but everything else is still emphasized from her legs to her stomach and her breasts. All that is perfectly fine. You can still have a heavyset character and still be anime still. I think even Mei from Overwatch does this pretty well. She's not, well, everyone thought she was like plus size, but it happens to be revealed that she wasn't all that much, but she's not also skinny either. She's like I guess thick or somewhere in between. So, you know, I know that disappointed a lot of fans, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, the point is that you don't have to put emphasis on the face if you don't want to. That's not needed, but if you want to be more realistic, then that's perfectly fine. I think it will still come across still like the same message anyway. So anyway, we're going to go on to the next one. We're going to do 3 poses. We're going to do, we already did front, then we're going to do side, and we're going to do like 3/4, and then we'll call it a day. And then we'll move on to the next video on I wouldn't say like lean. I'll figure it out. I'm right now just winging it right now. So I'll be right back. I'm going to do a quick whatchamacallit, sketch time-lapse thing so you guys don't have to sit here and wait for me to draw this out and talk, blah blah blah. So, be right back. Alright guys, I'm finally back. I'm sorry it took me some time to get this in, but this was actually really fast and really fun. I actually had fun drawing this. Okay, so with that said, now, as I made the dummy sketch, as you can see, there's not a few problems with it. It's more look like she's wearing a Spanx or something. Like I have her wearing a Spanx, like it's pulling her stomach in, or a waist trainer or something like that. But we're going to fix this in a sense. So what is the number one things that you think that needs to be emphasized, as I said before? You can pause this and think for yourself for a split second, and then you can come back and hear the answer. Just give it a second. Okay, so pretty much now what we're gonna do is here we're going to focus on the arms, the bust, the stomach, the legs, not all that much, but I think the legs are fine. The bottom, the butt, and the back. Well, not really the butt or the back all that much, because they don't need to be emphasized all that much, because I think I did a good job on that. The number one thing we need to fix is the stomach. Now, there's girls who have stomachs like this. There's not like it doesn't exist. But I'm going to also let you guys know that to make it more exaggerated in that sense, we're going to exaggerate the body like we did with the last one. So we're going to bring it down, and then what we're going to do is going to think of it like layers. So like stomach like this, and then make the belly come out a little bit more, like that. Like that. See, you see this? This line. Oh, sorry, I just realized I'm on this. I'm still on the layer. So we're going to like this, and we're going to pull it like this, but not too much. We don't want to make it too like cartoony looking. We don't want that. We want it to be as natural looking as possible without being too over the top with it. So you see right here. This indication right here will prove to us where how big our character is, whether it's male or female. You can actually use this same method on males as well. There's going to be a little bit of difference depending on this curvature, because women have more of these, not only just like the stomach, that's the thing, but like it's more of like the curvature of their body, because girls are more curvy no matter what weight they are. They usually are more curvier, and males are more like squares. So since that's the case, guys will be more rounded and girls will be more like a chunky rounded. It makes sense. That makes more sense. Like I'm not saying there's not guys who may have this curvature like thing, but their chest will be more like sitting like this. I know it's hard for you guys to see. Their chest will be sitting like this, as women will be like this, and then their breasts will be on top. Like it's usually how it works, because men don't have more bust size like that than women, in my opinion. Remember, I just to let you guys know, I am not like a character designer like that. I'm just going by what I have learned so far, so I may be saying some stuff that may not be 100% correct under a professional, but I'm trying my best here to explain without giving like misinformation or anything. So if you guys have any of you who are like a character designer or learning character design, you can give your info on the comments if I'm close to anything in the comment section, or there's probably something I'm saying that is probably a little bit off, then just let me know, and I'll try to implement what you tell me, and I'll try to put it into the next video. And just to let you guys know, if you guys want something else, please put in the comment section. I'll even put your comment in the video if you guys want to see that, because it'll be kind of cool to have some people who comment, and I can just throw their comments and when they ask it in the video. So anyway, so let's do it like this. That stomach like this. We're going to make the legs, because remember the stomach. Let me bring this down a little bit. I think this should be bring down a little bit, because this was this extra. Because we're gonna bring down the stomach from right about here. That seems the right sweet spot for where that's supposed to be for the hoopa. Like like all the fupas. I don't know if I'm gonna name this like how to draw a girl or a fupa or a case may be. But like right here where the crotch area is, and then we make the legs more. We don't really emphasize the legs all that much because I think this is the perfect way of getting this right when it comes to the legs. Let me see, and then like this. We don't really need to draw the shoes all that much, but if you guys want that, I'll just put it here because I think girls who are usually overweight have a bigger ankle than girls who are much more smaller they are. I think, if that's right. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure if that's totally right. But let's see. And then like this, indicate some depth. Put in the lines here, because you see, if you understand your forms, guys, if you understand your forms, then you can do this. You can make it more 3D looking. I can make it more 3D because I know where to put the lines. It complements the shape of the structure or whatever you're trying to draw. Now the breast here, I think it needs to be a little bit more emphasized in the sense of more like this and like that. I gave her somewhat of like a weird shirt or something. The arms here, let me see. I can make it like this. Make it like that. Okay. I think we got that 100%. Now, the hands, not drawing hands, that's not really important. I don't think so all that much. You can make the hands chubby, but I don't think anyone's actually paying attention to hands like that. Unless it is, and then I'll probably have to do a tutorial on chubby hands one day. As much as I don't want to, I hate drawing hands. They're my nemesis, but it is what it is. Let me see, like that, like that. I'm more emphasized here. The back, usually, when it comes to the back, it's a strange thing because depending on how big the individual are, you can make their back more emphasized because most girls have this slant, like the body slant, or guys too. You see how more slanted the body is now since I put more emphasis on the back. You see how that works? And like I said, you can make the neck how you want it. You can make the neck as chubby or straight as you want. But in this angle, it looks like it's more better if it's like more chubbier, I guess, in that sense. You know, so it's stuff like that we need to look towards that. And stuff. I don't know if I'm doing this right, guys, so you guys gotta let me know if I at least hit the mark here. Okay, so I think we are pretty good here. I can't talk today. I think we're pretty good here. The breast here needs to be a little fixed here. A little bit more fixed. I think it looks like too much of a lump here. Okay, like that. Okay, there we go. I think that's a bit better. All right, so let me put the stomach. You can't really see it, but yeah, the belly button. Okay, so with that said, I think I've made her. Whoa! You see what happens? See what happens when you put too much? Like the emphasis here looks like she's muscular. You don't want that. See what happens when you don't pay attention? You gotta make it more, less like smooth, but yet not muscular. Because if you do, you can make her arm look extremely muscular, and then that's gonna defeat the purpose of what you're doing. It's supposed to be like, oops. It's supposed to be more like soft, like that. See, you see how less muscular she looks now? See that? Alright, so let's go on to the next one, and we'll just jump onto the shapes part, and then I'll show you how the shapes parts will come into this. So I'm just showing you what you need to focus on, what you need to emphasize. And number one thing I always mention, learn your forms. Learn them. Don't think they're evil. They're your best friend. If you want to draw anything, if you can make shapes out of anything, it's out of your forms. If you can draw anything, virtually the outline of something. If you can get the outline of something, pretty much you can draw it. You can put extra detail on it, or case may be. It is what it is. That's how you learn. Alright, so last part we're gonna do, we did side, we did front, and we're gonna do 3/4. So I have to put these two somewhere in a corner somewhere to make some room, and be right back. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I'm finally at the final part here, and I finally did it. I'm kind of amazed how I did this, even though I just used reference, but then again, I'm pretty good at doing this. I don't know why I'm so good at drawing plus size women. Well, not very good, but like decent at it. I'm pretty decent. You can tell it's a plus size woman. Anyway, so with that said, now as this one looks kind of odd, I think the pose is a little bit strange. I'm not gonna lie to you. In my opinion, it doesn't look all that great. But that's not the point. The point is what we're focusing on is what? As you can pause it if you want and challenge yourself again, but I don't think that's necessary because we did last time. Is the breasts, the stomach, the legs, the butt, the arms, the neck. The knees a bit, but I'm sorry, I'm having a bit of a cold. But anyway, let me see. Nor a sore throat. With that said, let's go in. So, number one thing. What is wrong with this? Well, nothing's technically wrong with the overall idea of it, but to make it more natural, we have to focus on the stomach and give it that actually, you know what? That's too small. Like that. We gotta give it more like a pudge like that. See what I'm saying? See how much better looking it looks in that form, and then you have to give it more of a 3D look, right? Like that. The stomach, the stomach will be like this. Okay. Okay, like that. Right? And then like that. See that? And then, oh. When we're gonna put her in stockings, so there's gonna be more emphasis on the skin. So since we're putting in stockings, her skin will look like it's being squeezed by the stockings, but not that much because it's not like it's super tight. It's just stockings, so it's gonna be leave a little bit of a bulge somewhere down the line, right? And then put a little more oomph on the legs. Oops, not that much oomph. That looks weird. And then like that. It doesn't look perfect, but you know. And then focus on the knees. Put a little bit of indicate their knees so you can distinguish. Always remember that knees are always usually equal to each other. So even when they're spaced out, depending on how spaced out they usually are equal. Even diagonally, they're usually things. So if the knee's like here and the knee's over here, they're diagonally still like across from each other. Even if one foot's behind the other and it doesn't seem that way, it usually is diagonal. It's usually in a straight line in most cases. Okay, like that, like that, like that. Okay, like that. Alright. Emphasizing like that. Okay, so from right here, let me fix this a little bit. That, and then put a little bit more crease, like that. We want a little more crease here. We want to indicate that she is chubby. So like right here, you make a line here, and then you crease up like here. You crease it to not too much because it's just gonna look ridiculous. It's gonna look weird. So like this and like that and then like that. See that bulge right here? Right here? You can indicate that there's a lot of fat here. Okay. Right? Okay. Crotch is right here. And I'm not gonna give her much of a thigh gap. I don't think it makes no sense all that much. But you can if you want to, that's up to you. But there shouldn't be much of a thigh gap, given how big this character we're making her to be. Not saying that it's not possible, but then again, I have never really heard of it. Probably is possible, I'm not sure. Then, to indicate that these breasts are not flat, like, you see how flat they kind of look? They look like they're just there. How I do this is you put an extra contour line. So it gives that 3D look. So like this and like that. So it indicates that there's a 3D object here. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does. If it doesn't, please let me know in the comment section if you're confused on something with the contour lines or anything like that. If I'm saying it right, I think I'm saying it right. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention this. I have to put a line here. Let me see. To indicate. Like that. I think I don't think I'm doing it right, but like there's supposed to be a line here to show like the crease, like it's sitting like on itself, but doesn't look ridiculous. It looks kind of ridiculous. You guys will know what I'm talking about if you look at some sketches. I'm not looking at my reference right now, but I'm just going by my brain. And then we'll do the arm. Put a crease. Come on, load up. Ugh, there we go. Sorry, couldn't even do it because it has to load. Alright, so like this. Remember to make a crease so it doesn't look like she's muscular. And that's hard sometimes because it can be really easy to fall into that. Well, in my opinion, it's hard for me. You know, so hand. Neck. Okay, so we can make the neck chubby if you want. That's up to you. I really avoid doing that because like it's not that serious for me to do that. But if you want to, it's still a thing that if you want to do that, go ahead. It's not this. I don't think there's any rule against this. Technically, I just like in anime, like I think, what was it in anime? I think it had to do with something with the nose or something. I don't remember. I got it. It's like a meme. It's not a meme. It's more like a stylized choice. But okay, so let me see. All right, no head, all body. Now, as you can see, what is it that you guys learned from this? What is exactly? You guys tell me what you learned in the comment section. But if you guys have been paying attention, the number one thing I've been doing is that if you look closely, even at the speed art or the speed sketch, I actually should give her stockings. I should do that. Like give them both stockings so it feels kind of consistent in that sense. There we go. That looks more sense. That looks like it has more sense. Go on. Let me see. Oops. Okay. Just wanted to give her some stockings. I'm sorry. I just feel like stockings just makes it even better. Okay, so the number one thing you guys have to realize when I was doing this is that it's all about your shapes. Now let me just to break this down easy. I'm going to do all of them, but it's not going to take forever. So I'm going to use red. I'm going to use blue. Yeah, blue. Okay, so number one thing, see how closely on the first one it's just a circle, a bigger circle. Oops, a bigger circle, right? And then more oblong circles. You see that? See how all of it's mainly circles because when you're dealing with someone who is this big, usually who's plus size like this, their main body is made out of circles. It's very rare they're ever made out of any other shapes. Unless you're doing the hourglass shape and stuff like that. Like you guys know, some of you who are in character design or went to art school will tell you there are labels to this, like the pear shape, the apple shape, all these different shapes the names of the body types that you can deal with will make it more easier for you to understand what kind of what type of character you're dealing with. So like I said, circle here, and circle here. Well, actually, this one is going to be more like based on the side. It's oops, I think I made a mistake. Based on the side. Oh, I'll do it again. Based on the side, this is more around the lines of a like. How can I say? Actually, let me see. This is more like a big circle here, and then you put another circle here. See that? You see how the body still it's still like I'm gonna even fix that. Oops, I'm gonna fix that. So this right like that. See how that like a bean shape, but it's still you're just using circles. If I just made this into a circle, it'll still be a circle. See how that works? And then this one, it can be a circle or it can be like a very soft square, if anything. But I'll just say it's a circle. See that? And then the feet are usually triangles and never circles. Always triangles. And hands are more squares, if anything. See what I'm saying? So if you look at it that way, if you just break down your body types into shapes, it makes life a lot more easier to see them. I know at first when you start out you can't see it. I know you can't see it when you first start, or even if you do see it when you first start, it's going to be a little difficult to translate that, and that's perfectly fine. Nothing's wrong with that. You're starting. Nothing's wrong with that. There's no wrong time to start, whether you're 55, 72, or 5. It doesn't matter. Like, drawing is not for the young. It's for anyone who wants to learn. Nothing's wrong with that. What I'm saying is just like, it's easy to get good at drawing if you break down to the basic shapes. If you use your basic shapes, if you use your forms, you will get there. I'm telling you. Like, most people want to skip to the fun stuff and be like, just show me how to draw a body real easily, and then I'll show you these tips or tricks that like I'm showing you tips and tricks in this, but like there's no right way of drawing a body. Everyone has their own way. Like, for instance, I always start drawing the body with a head first, right? But there's people who start from the hand. I don't know how people can do that, but that's my way of doing things. And maybe one day I'll look at a video that someone starts from the hand, and it's going to be difficult for me at first, but after a while of watching over and over again or watching other people do it, it's going to get easier over time. It's just proven that the more you put in work into something, the more easier it will be. It's just easy as like that. But anyway, without that rant, you see how I broke it down into little shapes, right? Let me take this away. See, look, oops. Look how we have it now. This is what they look like now. See how easy that is? When you break it down like this, oops, I missed the arm, I think. Wait, hold on. I think I missed, oh yeah, I missed the arm. So right here, when you break it down, you can get it. It's not that hard. It's honestly not that hard, honestly. It just makes life easier. I'm sorry if you guys can hear people in the background. It's my family, they're being annoying. But it is what it is. If you guys can hear them, I'm so sorry about that. So I hope this helped you guys out there. I hope this was helpful in any way. I hope so. I think I hit the mark pretty well. I explained what you should look for. Just to break down the review, we broke it down on what to emphasize. I can't write this down. Number 1, what to emphasize. Number 2, how to advance your drawings. Like, and number 3, shapes. I think number 3 should be number 1. So I'm going to switch it up. Number 1 is to learn your shapes. Number 2, once you know your shapes and forms, well, that should be the thing, shapes and forms, this becomes easier. And then once you get your shapes and forms, like I'm saying, like let's just say, for instance, this is your shape. Well, this is your shape, right? Then you got your form, right? Because you understand your shape to your form, and then you can emphasize it better. You see that? And then you get a better looking. That's how it works. So those are the 3 tips I can give you guys in this video. 3 big tips. I'm going to write it down in this video somewhere. Number 1, I'm going to say shapes and forms. Number 2, put it all together. Like make sure, like, know your form. And once you know your form and shapes, you can pull it all together and then make them have like whatever you want. And number 3, you can emphasize them and make it easier. So you can use this videos to break it down. I might even make this in a PNG. I actually might do this time. I didn't do it on the last video because I don't think it was all that needed, but I may actually use this as a PNG so you guys can use this as a reference sheet in some form. I hope it helps you guys in any way. I'm hoping. But I'm Jace Reaver. I hope you guys loved this. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this. It was actually more fun than I thought. I thought this was going to be difficult as well. But with that said, guys, thank you for coming in here and watching my video. I do appreciate it very much so. And having you guys in here and commenting and sharing on the Instagram and all that stuff will be it's been amazing. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And just let you guys know, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit a like, please hit that share button, and also click that bell button so you get notified of my next tutorial videos, because I think YouTube's doing a lot of weird stuff. It's been flagging out a lot of people and stuff like that, and all that great stuff. But this is nothing new, so hit that bell. Follow Instagram and any other platform I put this on, so it's not just only on YouTube and Instagram. This will be on other platforms as well, so you guys can, you know, learn from me, from IGTV to YouTube, to Locals to Odyssey, all of them, and all that great stuff. So, or I think Subscribestar, I think that's one as well. And I will be putting my Patreon somewhere down the line in this, so you guys may get exclusive videos early or something like that. I'm still trying to figure out how that works. So with that said, thank you guys so much. I'm also going to put some graphics here to show you guys where you can find me on Instagram somewhere and all that good stuff. So with that said, guys, thank you so much for coming in and having fun with me and learning this. It was a pleasure to do this on female body types, on plus size females. It was a lot of fun. Keep it plus ultra. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. I'll see you in the next one.